Hi, I'm Macey Coll, and this is my presentation on our Florida Development Project. This is our vision and land uses for the area. There is a theme of recreational use, cultural importance, as well as an economic importance and equestrian and agriculture importance as well. This is our site plan. In the top left, we have our farmers market and petting zoo. In the top right, we have our barn dominium, pool, and hot tub. Then we have the cow pasture, our Japanese garden with our yoga tent, some outdoor meditative spaces, as well as a koi pond and boathouse. We have our conservation area below that, and there is a wetland area in the small left corner. We have our airstream, and then 4 cottages and hiking trails. We have parking, and then over onto the right side of the property, we have our horse pasture, a horse barn, a horse rink, and then our vineyard and open air barn for an event venue, and then our garden area with a greenhouse. On the left is what our barn dominium will look like. On the right is what the Japanese garden will look like. We have our horse barn in the top left corner, as well as the greenhouse in the top right. And then the last image down here is what the cottages will look like. Site work and excavation wise, I strive to have a low impact development, and as a result, I strategically place the infrastructure on gentle sloping areas as to not need so much cut and fill. The final grading and utility purposes are the only things that will require much earth movement, and this will be around 225 cubic yards total. Excavation equipment needed is a small excavator, a dozer, a roller, and a grader. Environmentally, the soil is a loose to medium dense sandy soil, and this will need a licensed and competent engineer to make sure that we have appropriate footings and that our load can withstand based on the soil conditions. There is a minimal flood risk on the overall property, but there will be berming to move stormwater away from buildings to prevent any erosion. The wetland conservation area is because there is a higher risk of flooding in the lower corner of our conservation field. This is in the lower left. As a result, there will be a wetland conservation area here to make sure that this is a habitat that is suitable to the changing climate and flood area. We are compliant with the A1 zoning based on the primary uses of our property, as well as the total acreage, which meets the minimum lot size, setback, and density requirements. There is a special permit that will need to be attained. This is a conditional use permit, and this is because the clients want an event venue and rental cottages, which are tourism items. There is no public sewer access, so the 5 plumbing structures of the barn dominium, the cottages, and the farmers market will need to use independent on-site septic systems. We are in compliance with the Marion County Comprehensive Plan through our agriculture and multi-use developments to help support the economy and leverage the natural vernacular of the area. The demographics, we are in Ocala or Marion County. This is the horse capital of the world, and 1.9 million tourists visit a year. The tax revenue from tourists is continually showing record-breaking growth, and the average tourist household income is $95,000. That is my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.